Wait, okay, let's do a clap so audios can line up. You ready?
Not bad.
And oh wait, how about just one person does it so it's not like a bunch of delayed clapping.
Yeah. All right. Just Miller.
Miller,
Yeah,
just
sure. I'll do it. Ready? Okay.
Miller.
The fact that it, at least for me, that it came out delayed, I think is the funniest thing.
Yeah.
It was like,
That was also a really loud clap. So
That's very good.
Yeah.
I am a very loud clapper. Thank you for noticing.
The talent.
All right.
all right. Well then, okay. Welcome to D20 Error, where we roll dice before one of our internet goes out. My name is Cate. I'm the DM.
My name is Alice. I play Tam, the half-orc bard.
My name's Jess. I play Nora, the human wizard.
My name is Jules, and I play Ren, the Elven Ranger Rogue.
my name is Maddy. I play Val, the Tiefling Druid Barbarian.
And my name is Miller, and I play Augie, the human paladin warlock.
Woo! Before we get started, because it was pointed out, I'm sorry for saying that nothing was happening in 2021. Lots of stuff are happening in 2021. I'm sorry, universe. You know what? You heard my challenge and you acquiesced accordingly. So, thank you. Happy 2021.
It's an avocado.
Thanks.
Besides that, be sure to check out our social media. We've got a TikTok, we've got a Tumblr, we've got a Twitter, we've got an Instagram. Is that it? Do we got more? We got a Discord.
Discord.
We got a Discord. I don't know what else we got. I think that's it.
Did you say
You should
Tumblr?
Tumble.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you should go find us on there. We also each have individual accounts that you can also follow, because our ats are in the little description thingy medusers.
They're
Yeah.
also on the. I think they're like on the actual. Yeah. Our tumblers are on. Our the overlay.
Probably
like-
shouldn't follow me on Tumblr anymore.
Yeah, we should probably
Yeah,
change that.
You're welcome.
I actually don't think that mine's on there, which I'm fine with. So, follow us on Twitter or TikTok. I think everyone has TikTok.
Yeah.
And some people have Patreons, and you can support them there. And some people have merch that is pretty cool that you can buy.
Miller.
Oh,
Show the merch.
look, I got one. Look at this. It's so cool.
Cute.
I think mine's in the
Yeah.
wash, right? But you should support these wonderful people. Yeah. Okay. Does anybody have any other announcements? Okay. So then,
What happened
It's been a-
last session?
it's been a week, you guys. All right.
Mm.
So, last we left off. Actually, before last we left. Yep. Okay. Never mind. Sorry for a second. The thing that said it's using a device that could record it like stopped for a second. I don't know if you saw that. Is it still recording?
me.
Is it
It's
still
just-
going though?
Mine isn't. How's yours looking, Alice?
Mine's it's continuing.
Okay. I'm having, as usual, technical difficulties on my end, but we got the backup going. I'll do my best to figure this out.
No worries. Do you want us to not use stuff for a second so that you
No,
can figure it out, or-
keep on going. You're all
Keep going,
good.
keeping on.
I don't know if Jess's camera is blurry as for anybody else, but you are very out of
Yeah.
focus, Jess.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just was like, she's out of focus.
Oh, better. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely better.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. All right. Then okay. Phew. Back into it. We're good.
Yes.
So then, last we left off, our gang of intrepid adventurers is currently based in the city of Clea, in the region of Clea, the birthplace and hometown of Augie, the human paladin warlock. They teamed up with the rebellion for a while. It stopped recording again, is it? I don't know. Okay.
It's mine. It's fine.
Okay,
Wait
I'm just gonna
for
keep
it.
going.
Yeah.
They teamed up with the rebellion to lead an uprising against the king, a corrupt ruler, King Alexander Canterbury, also known as Augie's father. After a public declaration of a challenge in the middle of a marketplace, the group then went to a place called the Table, which is high up on a mountainous hill where the castle also sits. And Augie and his sister Bianca battled for a lethal battle for claim of the throne, which both down to, I think, like 1 hit point. Augie was able to land the killing blow on his father. With a lot of good, helpful stuff from his fellow teammates and fellow party members. Very, very good stuff. And a very clutch haste spell that
Yes.
really secured the victory.
Mm-hmm.
So that is where we left off. So there is a brief pause as kind of dust and had begun to kick up after this fall, a very booming fall of the king. And there's a moment where everyone is just stand silent before you see the small dwarven kind of person come forth and takes a second, pulls out a small, very, very shiny metallic dagger and holds it up right to the nose of where the king is, right? So it's sitting about where his mustache is. And there's about a 30-second pause before he holds up his hand with 4 fingers with 1 thumb down here, hand up high. And you very quickly see as guards rush in and surround Augie. And Augie, what you see is this group that just seems to surround you, and you feel a jolt as your face is kind of hit with something, and you feel kind of something slide down your throat as they are rapidly pouring a health potion.
Oh, okay, thank God.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you just congratulations on the battle. You get to die. No, I'm not gonna do that. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So that is 24 points of healing.
Oh, bless. Thank you.
As the guard rapidly begins to heal you. Not in a very gentle way, I should note. They're not doing it out of the kindness of their hearts. It feels very much they are healing you because you are the declared victor and nothing more as of this point. So the rest of you watched as... Oh, something important to consider, that Jinras, the right-hand man of the king, that they had met and talked with a little, almost who they have a contract in stasis with, had cast something and not really understanding or knowing what's happened, but somehow Bianca, the sister of Augie, began to swing towards him with eyes completely glazed over. Yes. So, with that being said, dead quiet. The guards are currently healing Augie. What are the rest of you doing while this is happening?
I mean, I'd be trying to get to Augie.
Question.
Okay.
Just a quick
Yes.
question. Is Jinros still on fire?
That's
And
a good
Yes.
point.
This man is on
They
fire.
are currently distracted attempting to put out the flame, but he had, by the time of the end of combat, been able to maintain a steady eye
Yeah.
on Bianca.
Yeah, I know he didn't break focus or anything. I just wanted to know if like his cloak was still on fire and like nobody did anything yet. And
Oh, people have done something, but I would say it's like currently smoldering. He is not paying attention to it at all, though,
okay.
which
Yeah.
is a little strange for someone who is currently on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nora's just trying to get to Augie.
Okay.
Yep.
You're able to. You can get through the initial guard to make it your way up the steps, but there are guards completely surrounding him on all sides that are kind of hunched in, leaned in. Actually, I don't think
Nora.
any of you can tell what's happening other than just he's being surrounded. So take that as you
no.
will.
Oh.
Yeah, so we'd be like pushing our way through.
Yeah.
Or at least I would.
Tell one of the guards and just say, stand aside.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Nora's
It can also
grinning
be
doing any
intimidation
persuasion.
depending on how
Yeah, I'll intimidate him.
Stand aside, bitch.
Right, 1
Just
second.
add bitch to the end of any quote and it makes it 1,000 times better.
That's a 24.
Okay. Yeah, he kind of turns around and with the forceful a shoulder and like the forceful tone of your voice kind of, he doesn't necessarily move out of the way because of how scared he is of you. It's more so of you say it with such a commanding tone, he thinks that perhaps it could be one of his superior officers.
Nice.
And moves out of the way. And you see there Augie currently laying on the floor, down on his knees with a glass bottle that appears to be emptying into his mouth of a bright red liquid.
What does Bianca look like right now? What is she doing?
Make a perception check.
4.
Are any of the others of you looking at Bianca?
Anyone else?
Nope.
That's a natural one, so nope.
Oh my god.
Who's Bianca?
She
There's
is
so much to
looking
us, y'all.
stoic.
We're just
She is looking. It's kind of hard to tell because she's facing Augie. She hasn't really moved her attention away from Augie, but is just kind of stasis. It's in the kerfuffle and everything. It's kind of difficult to make out anything other than that.
Right.
Were we able to get through the guards? All the way through the
Yeah,
guards?
yeah. With that persuasion check, you're able to squeeze through. Yeah.
Are you
Okay.
okay?
Yeah, dropping to my knees in front of Augie as well.
I will say before you do this, you are still surrounded by guards. They are still surrounding you. They're not just gone, but they have let you in.
Okay. This probably isn't the place to talk about anything right now, but I'm physically okay.
does he look physically okay? Are there still bleeding wounds?
I mean, that's Augie. How you looking?
He is covered in blood. It's just you can't tell, like, is it his? Is it his dad's? I mean, he doesn't look like he's bleeding at the moment. Like, he does look like he's got some scratches, a little bit beat up, but he's not. Nothing's coming. There's no blood coming out of him at the moment.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just for good measure.
Hey,
Ren's
yeah, I was
reach
gonna
out.
say how many hit points
I have
are you
44 out of 76.
out of 70?
So you're at like a little over half.
Yeah.
Ren's gonna reach out and like grab Augie's hand and like under his cloak, like out of view, he'll also just grab his sword, like the blade of his sword, and he will give Augie like 20 hit points.
Okay.
Nora's gonna go over to Jinras.
Okay. So you kind of take a moment while the rest of your party is gathered around Augie, and you make your way over to Jinras, no longer on fire.
That's a shame.
And you've seen actually as now he is turned away from this general, where the battle took place.
Gonna turn him to face her. Your last body, it's over. You can go now.
Don't need your permission, but thank you.
I
will. And you watch as he begins to turn away and walk away a little briskly. Do you do that?
Yes. Oh no.
Hopefully Zariel just fucking pops out the ground and decks him once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be great. It's what he deserves.
Can you just roll a wisdom save just for the fun of it?
I don't even want Zariel to come out and deck him. I just want Zariel to come up behind Nora and do this as well.
Miller, did you take your hit points?
I did. Yeah, I am now at 64.
Yay!
13.
You're still not at what was it?
13.
13. Okay.
Ren is wrapping his bleeding hand just under the cloak, trying not to let anyone see it.
Okay. So you kind of take a second. You're not at full health yet, Augie?
No, not yet.
So then you're going to feel the clink as your teeth kind of forcefully hit another piece of glass, and another healing potion is going to be shoved in there for 28
Yeah, I'm all good.
hit points. Okay. After this, they kind of see all your wounds close, and they begin to stand aside, and there you see the dwarf, Audric, who says, right then, Augustus, the ruler of Clea, if you will follow me this way.
Where's
What
the
about his sister? Are they not
North
both
of-
rulers?
check?
What? She's there. Yeah, she's there as well. She kind of sidles up and joins very quietly.
Is it only the person who like did the death blow that's the ruler? Is that how?
No, it's both of them.
Oh, okay.
I'm just Audric. Audric's a jerk, and I made him sexist, so he's being mean.
You suck.
Yeah, I'm basically just trying to reinforce the fact that he sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Where is the sword?
Yeah,
I was about to say.
Okay, is
yeah.
anyone looking for the sword?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely, I'm
it's
looking for it.
there, laying next to him. Is anyone grabbing it?
I
For
would.
once, Ren's like primary
Val?
thing is not looting the body.
Yeah, Val would absolutely be grabbing that thing immediately.
Nora's gonna.
Oh. Yeah.
Do you guys want to make a contested strength checks to see who grabs?
Sure.
Jesus Christ.
Sure.
Would it be
Strength
would
or
it be
the deck,
dex?
like who gets that fast?
Is it dex or strength?
If you're both are you attempting to grab it away from Val, or were you going to go for? I was going based off the fact that Val was the first one to volunteer. Was kind of my thought, but if you want,
Is
if
this
you
like
both want to
both of
do
us went at the
dex,
same time and just went. And now, so the way I'm seeing it is both of us put our hands on it at the same time, and now it's it's two toddlers fighting over the toy first, is what I'm
Yeah.
picturing it as, and whoever's stronger gets it
Okay.
first.
Yep.
That's how I pictured it.
Yeah, that's not gonna be good. 10.
19.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
there's a second where you both see both of your hands meet, and you kind of look each other in the eye, and it just takes but a second before Val manages to grasp the hilt as well as the blade and pulls it from your hand. Not enough to do damage, but enough that Val is now in contact
Okay.
with the sword.
I'm gonna take it a sword,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna waltz up to Augie, even though he's probably got a ton of people around him.
Actually, before you do that,
Oh no. Oh no.
you take it. Okay, no, it's fine. You take a second to look at the actual blade itself.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm speaking to Shar at this moment. I'm
Oh,
not speaking to
okay.
Val. Okay.
Okay.
So this, as soon as you touch this blade, it feels wrong. Feeling it, you take a second to feel the metal, and it's a beautiful blade. I don't think anyone's denying that. It is masterfully crafted. And it's a very simple blade. It doesn't hum with magic or anything. It's a very big greatsword with a hilt that kind of has these thorns wrapped around the queons. Here, wait 1 second.
Oh my god, does
Are you
Kate
full-
have a sword?
Kate is pulling out a sword.
Yes,
So
yes.
this is not a great sword. This is okay. This is a one-handed sword. It'd be much larger than this, but the actual blade itself is quite simple in its design. These, the queons, they have this large, kind of brambled, thorny thing wrapped around it, but it is also made of metal and has large spikes winged here at the end. The hilt is similar. It is wrapped in a nice leather that allows for the nice grip. And the nut up here, this which is a ball here. Oh no.
It's fine.
I'm sorry. I did it to myself. You see embedded in it, it is a large yellow stone that glitters as it catches the light. And Shar, looking at this sword, you can't help but feel as this rage begins to build of just the wrongness of this very beautiful looking gem. It's nothing like you've ever seen before. It's magical, but not because of a spell. Like, it's just inherently incredibly strong, and you feel this pull, not to do anything or any inclination towards anything, a pull towards what, you're not sure, but there's something about it. And the wrongness comes from the fact that even though this blade was crafted in this beautiful way, it's flawless by every design, but this gem doesn't deserve to be in something handmade. It deserves to be in something archaic. It deserves to be in something ancient, beyond the kind of mortal coil that it has been forced into. Similar with the entire city of Clea, this concept of things being man-made and things being made for mortals, this is wrong.
Okay.
And it pisses you off.
Cool. Sorry. I just finished Emma's writing something like that.
No worries, you're good.
I wrote down every detail of how pretty the sword was.
As you should.
Yeah, it sounds really pretty. So I'm just gonna, like, after having looked at it, I'm just gonna like waltz straight up to Augie and just hand it to him, or not even hand it to him, just literally like plop it in his lap, just like let go of it and let it sit in his lap.
I'll take it and yeah, I'll hold on to it, I guess, and take my other sword on the ground somewhere, like out of, I guess, because the sword is still buried in his dad. So I'll take that one out.
I can
And-
carry that for you.
It's
if you
actually,
want.
it's a little difficult to get out of. And as you do, there's a spurt of,
Oh, great.
actually, no, there wouldn't be, because it's completely cauterized
Mm-hmm.
because of the sheer amount of fire, but it is burned and scorched. The skin is itself, and it does not smell good. I don't know if you guys have ever
I have smelled burning
flesh.
flesh. It is not a fun time.
It is not good. Matt, I'm not questioning it. I'm not going to question it because, yeah, don't worry about it.
If you want to know, it's me being stupid and putting my hand on top of an oven.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's what it is. I'm not crazy. I'm just dumb.
Fair.
Yeah. So it's cauterized, but the sinew and the muscle itself has contracted around it, so it does take a little bit of for you to get it out.
Okay, yeah. I'll kiss
Yeah,
Tam.
I got it. It's fine.
Yeah, I'll give it to Tam, and then put my dad's blade back.
Tam, as you take a second to look at it, you see the same thing that Val saw, except for you don't get the same.
Oh no, I have the
Oh
dad.
yeah, I just have Augie's regular
yeah.
one.
Never mind. Augie, it feels weird in your grasp.
Yeah.
Is there a sheet or a cloak anywhere near Nora?
You are wearing a cloak.
The one I'm wearing.
The guards around you also have cloaks that you could probably put down, but there's no like extra external things. This is a space made specifically for what just transpired.
Could I turn to the nearest guard and be like, give me your cloak?
What?
Just give me your cloak.
I don't.
Give her the cloak.
Okay. Make a persuasion check with advantage, Nora.
It's the king.
Yeah. Which is why she gets advantage.
18?
Yeah, he kind of, as you're saying it, he's not buying it, and then as soon as Augie says something, he goes, "But I."
And she lays it over the king's body.
Okay. Eyes are still open, by the way.
Sick.
I'm probably gonna stand up and follow. It was the dwarf, the
Audric.
Audric.
Adrik.
Okay.
Where's our drunken dwarf friend?
Are you guys beginning to walk towards the?
Yeah.
Okay. As you begin to part, there is a separate staircase opposite of the one that you used to get up, that you assume that the king and the people used. And as you go down and the guard begins to part ways, you see the memory dwarf Thwarp. As he kind of looks at all of you and goes, "All right."
Nailed it.
You seem a bit busy right now, so we'll discuss payment at a later time.
All right.
Did I mention that there was a fee for royalty before? Just a
Yeah. We can go over that later.
Congratulations, and he kind of does this like weird, awkward, kind of very shaky bow, and he goes, King, pleasure doing business with you. Hope to do that more in the future, free as a bird and all that, let me know.
Thanks.
And he begins to walk his way down in the opposite direction of where you all are headed, which is towards the castle. So there's a small dirt path that leads and kind of snakes around the it goes up and around and to the side of this castle. And you all begin to go unless you want to stay here or do anything else. Okay.
Following Audric.
Okay. Then, as you're led up this pathway, you begin to see it kind of crests over a hill in this particular way, and you see a very large castle with first you see the turrets, and then you see as it begins to go, it looks itself almost like a fortress. There are very large walls surrounding all sides of it, and it's built in the shape of a large rectangle. Not a lot of particular. It's very clear that it was built for function and built for strength, not built for beauty or architecture, as elegance is not necessarily the way that Cleans show power and excellence. There are 4 large turrets on each side of each corner of the castle, and inside you see they're similar, they're smaller, but they're still large spires and towers and roofs. As you make your way through the wall itself, what greets you first is a very large cylinder, I guess is the word, with a green domed top and made of glass, of stained glass of depicting different vignettes, most of them of battles, many featuring a particular heavy plate clad god that some of you are familiar with.
My man.
Although dressed a bit differently than you may be used to.
Yeah.
Augie, this is how Helm is portrayed in most things, as a very strong person, not in the way that you are used to. Behind that, there are large, oh gosh, I want to say cement, but it's not. Whatever. Gray stone that stretches up and around, and again, not really built for beauty, but for function. And this is the Castle of Clea. This is your childhood home, Augie. Kind of take a second and look around. Things are a bit different, but very much the same since the last time you were here.
He's not really going to say anything. He's not really all there. He's kind of out of it right now.
Okay. So you are led to a very ornate set of outer doors that are currently hanging wide open. And do you walk inside? I'm assuming so. Yeah. The inside is a smaller entry that is flanked by these fluttering torches in large iron sconces. The sun has just set, and so it is not quite necessarily, and they look as though they were just recently lit. And there is a second set of doors about 20 feet inside. And as those are opened, you see a much larger, grander entry where there are pillars, and it is a large octagon with, to your left, there are a large thing of grandiose stairs that lead up and curve to the behind you. And on the other side, there is a closed single door rather than the double door. Everything about it is very ostentatious and grandiose, decorated in grays and slight pops of blue. You, at this point, there are a couple guards there, and looking around, you hear for a second, as you enter, you hear a kerfuffle and just like a huge amount of people talking and chattering. But as soon as the doors open, you hear a shh and a hush. And you see where there was a small cluster of servants and people who work in this house. They kind of look, and they all quickly scatter in all different directions, completely out of sight. And you hear doors slamming, and everyone is gone from your sight right now. And it is very quiet, with the exception of your feet, your footfall. You all are led up the stairs. And at this point, people begin to pull you in different directions, unless you would like to stay together. Guards are each going to take you into separate entrances.
I'm sticking with Augie, dude.
Are they trying to like us and Augie, or like literally individually in different rooms?
Literally individually, they're beginning to. No.
No.
No way.
I'm gonna try to say, but like if somebody pulls me too hard, I guess I'm going the other way.
I'll ask whoever's pulling me. I'll be like, "Excuse me, what do you think you're doing?"
You turn and there is a small female servant who is dressed in very simple vestments, hair pulled into a low bun, little bit of salt and pepper, eye bags, and says, "Oh, sorry, dear, I was going to show you to your living quarters for the temporary time being as friends of the new monarch."
Oh, okay. I'll just look at the others and I'm like, they're just gonna show us our rooms.
Hold on.
I think we should be sticking together.
Can we have 5 minutes? The guy's just give us 5, okay?
And kind of looks at Audric, and Audric kind of, is that what, no, wait, what was that? Is that what, I'm so tired, you guys, I'm so sorry.
It's all good.
He takes a second and looks at you and Bianca at this point and goes, "Is that what your highnesses would like?"
Yeah.
And he kind of, "Very well." And he leads you back down the stairs. And let's see. He probably, leads you back down the stairs and brings you through a set of double doors where there is a long hallway with busts and statues and portraits. Augie, there are some faces you recognize and most you don't, but you've grown up here and you know that these are the long since past rulers of Clea, and lead you through to a very large, wide room where there are, on either side, it's about 10 feet up, and there are seats of rows that appear to be kind of tucked into the side of the walls, and in front there is a very large throne where it sits. In the middle, there is some benches and a divider with kind of double flapped doors, where in the middle there sits a platform with a large pole with manacles attached to it, and the large throne in front of it. And he shows you in here and says, "Right then, knock when you're finished." Here. And closes the door behind you. And you are, for the most part, as far as you can tell, currently alone.
Ren will pull out the lantern and just do a quick scan.
You do a scan, there is nothing there. You are alone.
Nora throws her arms around Augie because she hasn't had a chance to yet.
Augie loses it. He just starts sobbing. He's whatever emotions that happened during that fight, it's just all coming out now.
She's just gonna hold him.
Yeah, that's all he's gonna do. Just crumple. How's Nora holding him up? I just want to ask. Like he's crumbling on her.
On the floor.
After like a few minutes of just that, he starts to carry himself and wipes his eyes. Okay, that was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quick question, sorry. Is Bianca with us right now?
Yes, she's quiet. Yeah, she's there. She's quiet.
Can I look at her? Because
actually-
we did notice her, like, attack him, right? So can I
Yes.
just look at her
Actually,
and
that is a good
really
point.
look at her?
I just want to ask something. I'm assuming you did not bring Moroth up to this fight.
No, probably not. I mean, he might have done his usual, like, he's just in the forest nearby, sort of waiting and watching. He's not
Okay.
in,
He's not
the
here
castle.
now.
No, he's not in the castle.
He's not in the castle.
Probably
but-
not. He wouldn't
What
like
about
it
our-
here.
Regardless, he's not in the castle right now. But I just wanted to put that in my thing. Yeah. She's quiet and she's standing there.
Can I, like, look at her and just try to tell whether she's herself?
Sure. Make an insight check.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt the RP. I just want to make sure
You're
we don't
all
have
good.
insight.
No. Function. Is our boy PB&J with us?
No.
Yeah, I figured
The 19.
19. Her eyes are no longer glassed over. Well, actually, her eyes are glassed over, but they're no longer pupilless. Like you can tell that she's no longer under the effect that you think she was previously, but she looks as though she is overtaken by something different, magical or otherwise.
Okay. Ren will just reach out and hold her hand if she lets him.
She does not.
Okay. Then he won't.
Nora just like takes Augie's face in her hand and is like, you don't have to do anything, think about anything right now. Just we'll figure it out, okay? Just get through this day.
Okay. Okay. He's gonna pull out the sword. Okay. We just have to find a way to get this out, I think. And then we'll be good. Sorry.
Oh, it's fine.
You don't have to be a king right now, Augie. You can just be you.
Well, apparently being me also includes being a king. So,
Well, they talk to me about it, but you just need rest, okay?
yeah. Yeah. I probably want to like, take a bath.
Yeah.
Understandable.
I'm gonna look to Bianca. and I'm just gonna hold out my hand.
She is just, I think, just looking at you. And you see that glass-eyed effect, and she's just looking at you really, like, kind of unreadable. Just doesn't do anything, even when you hold her hand out, just staring.
Can I make an Arcana check on her?
Sure.
A lot.
Yeah.
26.
Okay. Yeah. You don't see any, whatever she's experiencing, you don't think that it is magically induced. It looks as though it is emotional trauma. And with a 26, I'll count that kind of as like insight as well. It looks as though she is, you've seen this before in people who have been taken over and like kind of stronger magic when taken over, of just shock and being forced to do something that you don't want to do is tolling on a person, and you've seen that before in victims of those kind of spells.
So to say, Bianca, do you want a minute alone with your brother?
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And
No.
she's gonna walk out.
I can
Closes the door behind her, so you guys can still have another moment.
She'll be fine, Augie. She'll come around. She just needs time as well.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Should we get Audric?
Yeah,
Mhm.
let's get you that bath. Knock on the door a few times.
Yeah. So he leads you back up the stairs, and leads you where you were originally kind of being led to. There is, Augie, as you would know, there is a large area for bathing. You can either, if you want, you can be all together. If you really don't want to be separated, you can be private.
Is this like the bath in the what's
The
it,
guild?
Goblet of? No, I was just thinking Goblet of Fire, where Harry's just like in that large bathtub. Like
Think
multiple.
of a private, yes. Think of a private, privatized Spirited Away, like bath, like it's a bathhouse, but
Yes.
it's not for like, it's not a business. It's a person's private like bathing area. So like communal dorm shower style, but very elegant.
Okay. That's what I figured. Okay. Cool. We all want to take
You
a
all
bath together.
I mean,
Or he's just gonna stand
Bonding.
outside and prestidigitate yourself.
yeah.
I will say, prestidigitation, it like cleans dirt, but
Yeah.
in terms of like, I'm just letting you know, in terms of like other stuff, you might want to like if you, there's like lots of like soaps and things to smell really nice. So if you want to take the time, it cleans off the dirt. It's good for function, but it's not. It doesn't get rid of all the germs and all the.
I love that
we smell so bad.
Thanks, Kate. I know North.
No. I just meant if you're like, I prestidigitate and like Nora smells like a rose. I'm
No,
like,
she's
there's
just
soap
not
for that.
like in the headspace to relax right now, so she's just kind of like standing off the side on edge and just like gets rid of any visible grime, but that's it.
Yeah, it gets that thing. It gets rid of visible grime. That's what I was saying. Anyways,
I got you.
I'm just trying to remember the last time
We all had a bath.
Cal had a bath.
Uh,
I think it's been
Nora
like
had one like at the thingy, at the under hideout.
Maybe, yeah.
I
Like,
don't.
I
The last
know
time we actually RP'd a
farthing
bath was
time,
like
but like
the
I'm
last
farthing
sheet
her
in
every
guild.
day.
Yeah, last time
yeah.
Val technically had a bath was in Valashi.
Yeah.
So
We're
I thought
gross.
we've all got the perfect opportunity for like a hot springs episode, but like mentally we're just not there.
Sad hot springs.
Okay, do you
Um,
want to be alone for a moment? Or do you want us to stay?
I don't mind.
I was gonna say we could take turns in the big bath because I know we're all pretty gross. So I mean, y'all smell fantastic, but I'm
Thanks.
gross. But Augie,
Let's just do like a.
Nice save.
Mhm.
He's trying his best, man. He's not
What were you
good at
gonna-
this.
What was Ren gonna say? Sorry.
Oh, it's just Jules saying let's just do like that Critical Role episode. They just fucking had a bath together.
Yeah,
I
let's
don't
have
know.
a
We're
bath
friends.
together.
This is no,
Yeah.
just that you're up out of fucking.
Hurry it up. Let's just.
It's only weird if you make it weird, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
If
Just
you've ever gone,
That
if you've ever
TikTok
gone-
trend where you get in the shower with your friend, you know, it's fine.
it's fine.
guys,
I
dudes.
don't feel like these guys are like squirmish about seeing each other naked.
Yeah.
No.
At all, no.
Can Nora see Bianca anywhere?
No.
Bianca's gone.
Yeah, I thought I didn't know if she like rejoined us or, but no. Okay.
Nope.
Yeah, I guess I'm taking my clothes off.
Yeah, Ren's actually gonna take his bandages off. For I think the first time, not for bandaging someone else or some shit.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to take all of my bandages off. Ooh.
Nora's gonna like be
Extra 15 minutes of just doing this. Like,
what is I guess she's gonna be like a frilly vest and like frilly like shorts and then like just sit with like her legs dangling in the water.
Aw.
Yeah,
It's like this is like The Sims right now where you just get like a box.
Yeah.
I will say this: there's a lot of scarring on Agi's body. That's all I'll say. If you guys want to look.
Oh. Hey,
Yeah.
Augie, have you talked about
That
No, I mean, have you gone in depth about your tattoos?
Oh no!
wait a
I
minute.
think you did describe
Wait,
them.
Oh no! No. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Okay.
I did.
I just
Okay.
that just went. I completely forgot that this man had tattoos.
Are we rolling for like genitalia size?
Oh my god. I'm not gonna make you guys do that. No.
Are we gonna
Yeah.
cyberpunk this right now?
You know what? You can do that. You guys can do that on your own time. Feel
Okay.
free.
Okay.
Yeah, well, so guys, check our Twitter. We'll make sure to update you with that information.
that
Yeah.
No. Okay.
sorry.
Val's gonna take off the bandages on her hands and everything, and like all of her clothes, but she's keeping the bandages that are around her waist.
Sounds good.
Yeah, Ren will keep the bandages on his chest, but otherwise he'll be in
Okay.
the water.
Sounds good.
If no one's like talking in the bath, Tam will like take out her whistle.
Are
and
there
play
bubbles?
some tunes?
Would you like there to be? This
I
is
would.
there. Then sure. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. There are bubbles. Not like an extreme amount, but like
Enough.
this is a royal like bathing area. So whatever you want, if you want like fresh eucalyptus leaves to like be there are servants that can bring you good smells. There's like oils, like you can. This
Out
is
of
a
the
spa.
room, maybe. We'll just use whatever's already in here.
Yeah, like grab a bottle, just start pouring it, just call it a day.
I will say there is a tattoo you guys didn't see before. It's a heart, not like a heart, but like an actual human heart over his
okay.
actual heart.
Ooh.
And on his front, you guys haven't seen the back, but like on his front, there are just a few scars of like cuts and all that fun stuff.
Yeah,
Nora
Ren also has a.
chest.
What'd you say?
I said Nora had a dragon tattoo on her chest.
I mean, if you
No.
want to make that canon, we can. Like-
No, I want Nora with every fiber of my being to have like the chess pieces of, but it's like an owl and it's Oscar. It's just like a chess
Yeah.
piece.
Actually.
Yes.
Okay, if there's ever a point where we go to a tattoo place, that's
Yes.
Cute.
You know what, Nora, we'll say there's not necessarily a dragon, and some of you are a little shocked because a rumor's been going around that Nora is completely tatted, and you're like, oh,
Oh.
Oh,
That's funny.
just freckles, just as many freckles as you can imagine on a human person.
Ren has a lot of scars. Some of them are straight like Augie's. Some of them look like claw or bite marks. Most of them animal claw or bite marks.
Val's body is quite literally 1% actual skin, rest of it scar tissue. Like she is covered in gapes and scars of all different varying shapes and sizes. Some do look like blades, most look like just like chunks of skin that are missing, and it's all like healed over.
sick.
Tam just looks at her like mostly unblemished skin.
Yeah.
She does
Tim got a
have
really nasty paper cut that cut
Mhm.
through the fingerprint, so now it doesn't get recognized sometimes.
I feel like
She looks at that one scar that she got from like that one fight with the scouts and like the head eating that's still there, and she's like, "Oh yeah," and then she realizes it's really fucked up to be proud of having like one scar, and then doesn't vocalize it.
I feel like Tam doesn't have scars, but I feel like Tam's hands are like calloused from just like
Oh my god,
like
they
to
are
no
so fucking rough.
yeah, like to no end.
It's not physical scars that Tam has, you know?
Oh, beans.
Ooh, okay. So you all bathe, and it's a little awkward. And you take a second to kind of like wipe off the grime that has accumulated. I'm guessing like you guys you have a wizard that has prestidigitation, so you guys have been like, you know, you're not caked in blood and mud and all that stuff, but like it feels really
need
nice. Yeah.
No, Augie's like, oh,
Ren
sorry.
will look at Augie and be like, "Do you want someone to do your hair?"
You mean like wash? Yeah, sure, yeah, sure.
Ren will do that.
I want to note while they're doing that, Val has fully like tipped her hair over and is essentially almost drowning herself as she's just scrubbing
Oh
vigorously.
my god.
You guys know the girl from The Ring?
Oh
That's
yes.
immediately what I pictured when you said that.
The humidity is making Nora's hair like get bigger and bigger, like that, like one episode of Friends and Monica.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm very familiar with the curly.
Oh yeah. Okay. So Tam, you mentioned if it were awkward, you were going to be playing a whistle or something.
Yeah, I'll just play
Out.
Careless Whisper.
Jackedy. Yeah, I'll play Careless. No, I won't play Careless Whisper.
Maybe not in a bath.
Yeah, maybe not. I'll play some folk song.
Okay. So, after your bath, you see as 5 servants kind of have robes made for you guys if you'd like to use them, or if you'd like to get back in your clothes, you can, but they have nice robes ready for you.
I'm assuming that they have like a laundry mat or something here to
Yeah.
clean our garments.
I didn't know if you guys were like super attached to them and were like, no, I'm wearing this everywhere. So
No,
I don't want it thrown
they're
away.
gross.
but
Yeah.
They need a
Yeah.
wash.
Maybe go to the laundry.
Yeah.
I'll like
Yeah.
take like like I'll put the robe on, but like I'll take like my belongings that were like attached to my clothes, like my backpack and stuff like that. Like I'll bring that with me.
Actually, you don't have to. There's another set of servants that is there kind of collecting your stuff, and if you'd like, they're collecting your clothes as well as any extra stuff. If there's anything that you don't want anyone touching.
I will say, not about the stuff, but you guys now notice Augie's back. Like the front, there were some scars. His back is just covered. And none of them seem to be normal, like, cuts. But his whole back is just basically covered
get,
in
like,
some scars.
super gory, but like, does it look like? Can you discern like what did that? If it's not cut, if it's not like a
I
knife.
think I figured it out.
Yeah.
I think I figured it out.
But
I think we'll be careful about
Yeah.
getting
No worries.
too much
it's
in
fine.
detail, but let why don't we leave that
Yeah,
as like a
that's fine.
nice
No problem.
Yeah, no, you're
Yeah.
good.
yeah, and there's also, you see a like burn into his back, like the head of a bear on like the lower left part of his back.
Like a branding?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that's as much in detail as we'll go. But thank you for that.
Oh boy.
What now? We're all in robes. We smell like roses. Ren will probably
Everyone-
actually take his stuff from the servant. He doesn't want that shit being carried around by someone else.
You see as
the
he
bag.
goes, "Oh, of course, sir."
Oh,
Kind of lets you have it.
Val's gonna be like, can I just for a sec? Can you just, and she's gonna go over and she's gonna like open her bag, and she's gonna take out the bugbear stuffed animal and and just like put them in the pockets of her robe and
Is the
just like,
Shard doing that? Are you sure about it?
"Yeah, that's Shark.
Okay. Good to know.
It's one body that very much enjoys stuffed animals, regardless of who's piloting.
I love that implies that love of stuffed animals is somehow like biological.
Yeah,
Like,
I love
it
it.
has nothing to do with like the brain preferences. It's just like gotta have the stuffed
I didn't intend for it to be that, but I kind of love that.
That's what it means. Amazing.
Sorry, I'm okay. I have a comment. I'm not gonna make it. So, anyways, you all are each individually escorted to different rooms, and we'll go over kind of what happens in each of your respective rooms. But first, Augie, as you are escorted to your room, you are led down the hall. You know very well where you are being led. And it's a place that you tended to avoid, if at all possible. And as you get there, you see that there are 3 guards already outside of your father's old room. And they have a small arm that is attached to a body that they're currently pulling, and you hear, "Let go of me, let go!" And being pulled out, you see a very, very beautiful, very young half-elven woman. Kind of copper skin, and looks very jagged and sharp in many places, in the chin, in the cheekbones, which match kind of the eyebrows and the eyes themselves. Also, like, everything kind of comes into a point, as well as the ears that look more elven than you would expect a half elf to be, but still very clearly has some human-ish kind of aspects and half elven. And kind of, you see as she's fighting and stops when she sees you and goes, "Oh, please let go of me. I'm..."
She
And they let go as you say she's, and they listen to you. They don't listen to her. And goes, Thank you.
I'm sorry.
No, thank you. And she extends a hand out to you and kind of in a little awkwardly and says, I'm Amiko. Was. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm sorry.
There's nothing to be sorry for.
With your approval, Your Highness, I would request I may remove myself. I promise I won't cause you any harm, but I do know my way out and would like to leave with some sense of dignity.
Yeah, of course. They won't lay a hand on you.
Thank you. And she begins to slowly kind of she's got her hands kind of clasped together and around her midsection as she begins to kind of head out. I should make a note, not like cradling her stomach, just in a very awkward, she doesn't know what to do with her hands kind of. I'm not being, no, and she's 9 months pregnant. No. Awkwardly kind of shuffles out of the way, and one of the guards turns and says, I'm sorry, we didn't wish for you to see that. You just had a little bit of issues clearing out your quarters for the evening.
Yeah, well, from now on, we won't be treating people like that.
So, and they kind of take their place and stand outside. Do you enter the chamber, or do you do anything else?
Yeah, he'll enter the chamber.
Okay. So I think what we're gonna do, I think what we're gonna do is we're going to go down like a line. We're gonna say you each get your individual chambers unless you would like to all be together.
Individual chambers are fine.
Cool. So I'm gonna go through each of you guys, and I think I'll ask each of you if there's anything that you'd like to do that night. We're gonna kind of go through that as you're all individual, and then we will go to the next morning. So, Tam, why don't we start with you? You're led to a small but not cozy chamber where it's very simple furnishings, but it's still very elegant and it's spacious, although small, and looks as though it's prepared for kind of people of nobility and of higher upper class residents to visit without being like a member of the royal family. There's a bed, there's a dresser, there's a table with a small platter of different cheeses and fruits and dried meats for snacks. There is a bell near, like a standalone bell near the door. There is an ensuite, like small bathroom. It's simple and functional, but still elegant and has amenities necessary for you. Okay. So what would you like to do for the night?
I think she'll do a few things. First, she'll probably, if it's okay, have like a wander around the corridors, and just sort of explore more of the castle.
Okay. There is a guard behind you that's kind of tailing you, not close up, but like about 20 feet back, just giving you distance, but keeping an eye on you.
Give him a thumbs up every now and again.
Does not do it back.
Finger guns?
No.
No, cool.
Averts his gaze whenever you give him the thumbs up and he away.
At the end I'll be like, I'll get you eventually. And then I'll go back into my room. And then I think the only other two things she'd probably do is get some parchment and paper if there are some in the room.
There'd be a small kind of, you know, in hotels when there's a little space near the phone.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a small little amount there.
Yeah, because she needs a creative outlet. She's gonna start like party planning for his coronation. Like,
Okay.
nothing serious. Just be like doodle dresses and suits and stuff for people. And then at the end of like just before bed, probably just cast sending. We don't have to RP it, but just cast sending on Augie to make sure that he's okay and like that we're here if he needs anything.
Okay. Yeah, we can get to that. We'll do that in a second. But anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Nora. Let's go with Nora. Is there anything that you would like to do before the evening?
She's just gonna sit on the floor somewhere and start like drawing chalk on the floorboards or whatever, and cast Find Familiar so she can bring back Oscar.
Oh, okay.
And then she's just
I
gonna
feel awful about it.
It's okay. And when he reappears eventually, she's just gonna sit and pet him for a while.
Okay. As an owl or
As an owl.
okay. Sounds good. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Oh, because I forgot to do this. What do you dream about?
Me?
Yeah. If you dream about anything, you can have a dreamless sleep.
I don't know. She's stressed out, so she probably dreams about fire.
Okay. And Tam, what do you dream about? If you dream.
She probably just dreams about the fight, but like it's all a bit hazy, and sometimes it's Oggy fighting his dad, and sometimes it's Ren fighting like some sort of vague elven figure, and then it's Val, and then it's Nora, and it's just like sort of rotates a little bit. But yeah.
Okay. All right. Then Ren, let's go over. Do you do anything tonight?
He considers briefly wandering down into like the woods and seeing if he can find Maroth, but he decides maybe that can wait. Doesn't need to have to sneak back into the castle. But he will, I think, do something similar to Tam and just wander a bit, see if we can find some kind of like courtyard or somewhere you can see the sky.
There is a lovely courtyard out back. It's on a mountain. I should state that this is built on top of the mountain. So there is a small courtyard garden where there are various flowers and kind of more exotic looking fruits planted. They are not worried about natural predators at all. It's kind of a little jerk of them, but you know, it's fine. They have some exotic fruits, and you are able to see. It's not a cloudless night, but you are nevertheless able to see quite a few stars.
Okay. Yeah, he did lose his guard, hopefully, by the way. So he's alone. He will have tried to
why don't
sneak
you
out
roll a
without
stealth check then?
notifying his guard. Let's see how this goes. I've been rolling weirdly. That's cocked. That's not good. 19.
Oh. Yes. Looking around, you kind of take a second. It takes you a little bit. The guards are a little. You've had a long day. You're a little mentally out of it, but you nevertheless, no match for you. You are able to lose them fine.
I imagine mentally out of it stealthing being like real quiet, but then like just sort of forgetting what you're doing and also humming a little bit. Being like, wait, I'm supposed to be quiet. Anyway, yeah, he'll just be out there for a little bit collecting his thoughts and then think also about going and checking on Augie, but then double think that and be like, no, I must be alone. So he'll just go back to his room eventually and do his meditation.
And during that meditation, do you have any thoughts or any dreams?
I think he'll dream of the halls of another castle in a different country.
Sounds good. All right. Shar, you do anything?
So I know you mentioned that there was like a platter of like food. So like homeboy's probably gonna like just graze, because I'm imagining like cheese, crackers, salami. Like he's gonna graze for a minute. He's kind of check out the room a little bit, probably. I'm assuming that they've brought back our clothes, or are we just still in our robes? Or are there like PJs on the bed?
Yeah, there's sorry, I should have mentioned this. So in the individual chambers, you do each have a hand servant that's there for you that has kind of sleep attire and silk kind of vestigements according to each of your personal tastes from the very small amount that they can glean, just in terms of dress versus pants versus that kind of thing.
Gosh.
What do people are comfortable with?
Is there like a window in his room, or like?
Yes, yeah, all of yours would have windows for sure.
He's gonna like open the window and like kind of like just like see if it's like a breezy night or anything, and like let the air in.
It's cooler. There's a new moon.
Okay, cool. He's gonna leave the window like kind of open a crack just to kind of have a breeze. And then he's probably just gonna take the 2 stuffed animals out of his pockets, and he is going to kind of probably crawl into bed and just probably stare at the ceiling for a hot minute, and then before he like actually like rolls over and then attempts to sleep.
Okay. Your night is not dreamless. It is filled with that stone and that sword, and you feel the pit of your stomach just kind of rolling and bubbling and churning with rage.
All right.
That's all.
Okay.
Okay. Augie.
Okay, so he's gonna spend a lot of time just kind of pacing in the room. He doesn't feel comfortable in there. He doesn't know how to act in there. He goes to the window. He looks out over Clea. He tries to sit on the bed. Doesn't feel right. But eventually, he just gets so tired and exhausted that he just goes on the bed and just immediately falls asleep. But throughout the night, he continues to wake up from different nightmares. And each of them different. Each of them either the fight today, either the a fight from a few years ago, but all of them end with his father's voice coming in saying, "I'm proud of you," and then he wakes up each time.
You know what? I had a whole yeah, that is exactly what happens.
Okay.
Yeah. I was gonna yeah. No, you did it perfectly. That's exactly what happens. All right. So the morning hits you, each of you differently, and the one thing that is a little strange and a little disarming is that each of you individually in your own time wake up to the sun just beginning to crest over the mountain and hit each of your respective windows, lighting up the room. And I think we're gonna call it there, and we will leave the morning for the next session, just because we were gonna do a shorter session anyways, and it's been a long week. So
Yes.
all right, thank you guys so much for joining us. Come back next time for more 2021 fun.
Yeah.
You just keep cut.
Yeah.
Should we place our bets now? What's gonna have happened by this time next week?
Oh god.
Oh, let's.
I don't want to.
Talk
Not
about
open
it.
that can of worms.
Let's
I
manifest
feel
good
like I don't know. I feel like some celebrities gonna do. Do you guys think? I don't know. I don't know. I have no clue. 2021. That's what's so fun about it, you know?
And you
It's-
never know.
You
So it's a
literally,
nice surprise every week.
you know what? It's the
That's
Onion's world, and we're just living in it.
Mhm.
Amen.
I
And with that,
I think David Attenborough is gonna say that he's gonna run for president. That's my thought.
ooh,
He's
Not
not,
even
American, but it doesn't matter because what are rules in this game?
I
Fair.
am guessing that a new meme
Mm.
surrounding, let's see,
Realistic.
Treasure Planet
Mm.
is
I
gonna
love
come
how we
out.
both went to like fucking cartoons. I'm into that. Let's manifest that.
Yes.
All right.
Wow.
Thanks for
Thank
joining us, guys.
thank you so much for joining us.
Bye.
Cool. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.